Double RT Boxing. This is Mr.A. right here on Double RT Boxing. Ready, talk that boxing. And the still IBF Super or see Showtime got me all confused. I never really realized how the sanctioned bodies call the 154-pound division different names, but it is what super welterweight and middleweight. Yeah, it just never dawned on me. So, super welterweight IBF champion still Jarret Hurd. If you support the channel and you saw the breakdown prediction of this fight by myself, Mr.A, I picked the late round stoppage for Jarret Hurd. I said he's gonna just catch Trout and wear him down. Eventually, what happened? Just walked him down, wore him out. Trout was doing excellent, beautiful boxing, perfect game plan, but overused the game plan. Now, what are they showing? I thought Keith Thurman's coming back. Showtime is just talking about Keith Thurman. Just showing a rerun of fights. Now, I had clearly the way I had the fight going. I had rounds 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 for Trout. I had toss-up rounds of 8 and 3, and for her, clearly it was 7, 9, and 10. The fight was stopped on the stool between 10th and 11th by Trout's corner. Now the fight game plan for Trout was box, escape off to the right. Just like I said in the breakdown prediction, if you want to beat Hurd, you gotta escape to your right and just turn him. His feet work ain't the best. Stay away from his right, and it's a pretty much easy fight. His feet work is not the greatest. But the problem is, Hurd takes a pretty good beating. You know, he walks you down. He takes a good accumulation of punches. Now, what I think what Austin Trout problem was, he was being too successful. He was landing 2s and 3 combinations, uppercuts. He started introducing the uppercut like in the second, third round, and just kept throwing it. Right, left hook, left hook, uppercut, jab, jab to the body, hook, and then he'll skate out. He should have just kept it to maybe a jab and a hook and then skate out. He was kept throwing 2s and 3s and then skating out. He used too much energy in skating out and throwing the combinations, fighting fast. Hurd's pressure made Trout fight at a faster pace for that game plan. And for the game plan to accumulate that much movement, the punches had to slow down and just let all your legs have the energy and score your points. But Trout was overthrowing himself, or outthrowing himself. That boxing term, but he outpunched himself. Trout probably outpunched himself probably like in round 3. Round 3, he just really outpunched himself. Because where did I have it? Round 3, the toss-up round. My notes were Hurd looks to pressure and walk him down. Hurd's looking for a ball. Hurd came out fast in round 3 and just like hit him with some good like lunging right hands. That was the first round Hurd really, because the first 2 rounds, beautiful boxing, up and down paintbrush jab to the body, up head to the body. Hurd couldn't figure it out. The footwork was crossed up because every time. So for instance, if I'm let's see if we can get a little more angle here. Okay, if I was a Hurd from the backside, Trout kept coming this way. He'd punch, and escape this way. Hurd was like turning around, or he'd be like, just every time if I'm Hurd and Trout's going this way, he had to hopefully catch Trout on the spin out, like, with the right hand, which he was doing the first 4 rounds. He was hitting Trout to the stomach on that spin out hard. That's all he really had. Hitting him hard to the stomach on that spin out. And it was slowing Trout down. But in round 3, Hurd came out with a minute of like a good brawl. Then Trout kind of won the second round. I mean, middle 30 seconds of that round. Then Trout, and then Hurd started doing this stuff. What round was he start putting his hands down? You know, but when he did put his hands down, I forgot what round it was. He started putting his hands down, getting cocky. But he was winning that round. He did, but doing all this made him use too much energy. He went back to like, damn, dude, I had him, but I can't finish him. Because Trout was tired at that. I said Trout was ready to go like in round 6. Pure experience, pure heart. He was able to go to how far he did. Trout was done like in round, down in 5, ready to go in 6. Like I said, from the 6th round on, even though my 6th round was like, Trout looks a little slower. He's getting jabbed more. Hurd was starting to land the jab. It's like, you know, I'm longer than you. You're tired. As Trout was getting tired, Hurd's disadvantage of his not so good footwork wasn't so much of a disadvantage for him. You know, he was able, because the fact that Trout wasn't cutting off no more, he was hitting them with the right hand. And it got to the point where Trout was doing some of these, you know, whenever a fighter gets hit and then they kind of walk away and look at you, they're done. They are done. Just, do you have the energy, the grit to finish your opponent? And to finish an experienced fighter is hard. And I give the Trout corner credit. It's very hard, because you know Trout. I had Trout winning that fight. Showtime had Hurd just coming back by 1 round. I think, because like I said, I had Hurd round 7, 9, and 10. That's 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. So I had it 5 for Trout, 3 for Hurd with 2 toss-ups. So who knows how it went? Well, really, I had it at 7 for Trout, you know, but 2 toss-ups. It could have went either way. It could have went a 5-5. Could have been a draw. Good fight. Which I saw it coming. Trout was just going to tire himself out. Hurd is, as much as I see so many flaws in Hurd, that pressure bothers people. He's big, he's heavy, and that length. If you could pressure somebody with a long jab, and you got power in the hand they're trying to avoid, so you got a long ass jab, and if you don't see that coming, you don't see it. You just, this dude's big and all this, you know, you don't see it. You know, it to us it looks awful. It looks herk and jerkish, but when big ass Hurd is doing this, and that right hand, he covers it well. He does all this, you know. You never see that right hand coming. You're boom. You don't see it, and it was like round 6 on. He was catching Trout good with it. I thought Trout was getting hit. I seriously thought he was going to knock Trout out, and I think the corner knew that knockout was coming, so they just stopped it. It was, I think, 6th round clash of headbutts caused a cut on the Hurd, a good gash too, but kind of woke him up, because hey, if it went to scorecards, it was losing on points. He was losing that fight up until then, so Hurd kind of turned it on with the pressure. It was it. He started hitting him harder. But even though the pressure was there, it was the Trout stamina. But the punches too, the harder punches of Hurd helped. But just too much movement in the first 3 rounds. Like that, to me, Trout was shot. He shot his stamina low, like in round 3, and just never really recovered. Because not only was he tired by the end of round 2, when Hurd came with that bomb, like that first minute barrage in round 3 to start it, it took whatever stored up energy that Trout had. Because Trout was using a lot of movement, and he was not ready for a bombardage attack from a big heavy Hurd. That first minute changed the whole outcome. First minute of round 3 changed the whole outcome of the whole fight. All right, it looks like Lubin is just now in the ring. This is Mr. A saying thanks for the support. Please subscribe if you have not. If you have, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe and thumbs up the videos. This is Mr. A. What you guys think of the fight? I'm out.